So finding honest cloud mining content is genuinely harder than it should be. And I don't mean technically difficult. I mean that most of what's out there either talks over people's heads or has some hint of agenda behind it. Been testing these platforms hands-on for a few years now, and at some point you just start seeing the patterns clearly. Anyway, today I want to cut through all of that and just show how this works. No fluff, no agenda. Platform I'm using has been in my active rotation for close to a year now, and it's one of the few that's actually held up consistently throughout that entire time. So first thing I go to is always configuration. This step is basically a window into how the whole platform was built. If things are clear, logical, well thought out, that usually carries through to everything else. If something feels off here, it tends to show up everywhere else too. So token selection is first. This platform runs on a multi-chain protocol. Whatever token makes the most sense right now is what gets used. I choose TRX. Okay, so receiving address is next. Nothing complicated, standard step. Then goes hash rate power. This setting controls how much raw computing capacity gets pointed at the session. It's a starting point, the upper boundary for what the session can actually produce. Everything downstream is built on top of whatever gets set here. Okay, then speed mode. It adjusts processing intensity on the remote hardware side. And higher intensity means more efficient output, but it also moves the final numbers. So this isn't something to just push to maximum without thinking. Take a moment, think about what this session is actually supposed to produce, and set it deliberately. Okay, target amount. There are 4 volume tiers to choose from. Lower tiers make sense when you're new to the platform or running a fresh configuration for the first time. It's just a more cautious starting point while you're still learning how it behaves. Higher tiers make sense once you've run enough sessions to have real confidence in how the platform performs. Okay, then we press start mining, and session is live. Okay, so now we just sit back for a few minutes and let the system run. Okay, mining finished and final report is on screen. Total time logged, shares processed, algorithm that was active throughout, and breakdown of the infrastructure charges for remote hardware usage. So now let's withdraw TRX. Here are 2 proper options. Wallet Connect handles the whole transfer automatically. Fast, one step, hands off. And then there's the manual route where we walk through the transaction directly. Both options work, and it genuinely just comes down to what feels right for the person using it. Some people want speed and simplicity. Wallet Connect is perfect for that. But I use manual because walking through each step is just the clearest way to show what's actually happening here. Okay, my transaction submitted, so verification and delivery should land within the next few seconds. So while we wait, here's what I think is worth understanding about why cloud mining makes sense as a model in 2026. The traditional approach to mining meant committing to physical hardware, sourcing it, setting it up, paying for power on an ongoing basis, and dealing with whatever maintenance comes up along the way. And that setup works, but it locks you in. Fixed equipment, fixed costs, and every problem that surfaces is yours to handle. Cloud mining removes that entire layer. Computation runs on remote infrastructure, and there's nothing in between that needs managing. But because the threshold for launching one of these platforms is pretty low, there's no shortage of projects that aren't built with any real staying power. So a few filters that have actually held up over time. Don't just run one clean session and form a conclusion from that. Test with different tokens, change session lengths, adjust the hash rate. Try it when conditions aren't ideal. Platforms that have real structural issues, those issues come out fast once the variables shift. And then the moment any session wraps up, move tokens straight to a private wallet. Don't leave anything sitting on the platform between sessions. That habit has come through for me more times than I expected it to, and at this point it's just a non-negotiable part of how I operate. Simple move, real protection. Anyway, appreciate you sticking around. Hope this gave a clear and honest look at how cloud mining works.